Cosmos, episode number 5, the,
Hiding in the light.
Hiding in the light.
Yep.
Now, what was hiding in the light?
Light.
What kind of light? How could it hide from us?
Well, we don't have very our depth of vision isn't that great. Lots of things can hide from us, like infrared. All sorts of lights can hide from us, as it turns out. We're not well designed for that kind of stuff.
No, the spectrum, I think Vsauce did it best. He showed the spectrum of light across the United States, and what we can see is like nothing. It's like
Rhode Island.
It's like, I think it might be smaller than that. It's really tiny.
Oh, something is smaller than Rhode Island.
I'll post the Vsauce link, but he broke it down into how little we can actually see.
Yeah.
Which is what some science man person discovered. The kid working in the coal mine, right?
It was the kid that was working in the glass factory.
Glass factory.
He was working in the glass factory,
Yeah.
so or it was mirrors in particular, and it burnt down, and he was picked up by a royal, like you do, and became a famous scientist because standard story.
The best chance of success is almost dying and getting adopted by a rich person.
Yes.
Reminds me of the prison system, actually. Like, if you're innocent of murder, your best chance of getting off is to get put on death row.
That's bananas.
Yeah, because if you don't get put on death row, they don't give a fuck about you. But if you get put on death row, you can do like tons of appeals and people will investigate.
That's so weird. It's so weird.
So it's this paradox. If you want to survive, get on death row.
Fun fact, guys.
If you're innocent.
Just a fun, random fact of the day.
So who the hell was this kid? Are we forgetting the science person's name?
I feel like we're forgetting the science person. We often forget science person's names. It's what we do best.
Science is hard.
Science is hard.
But I love the moment where he was like working in the guy's house because he was in a glass factory during the day, doing the guy's chores at night, and he's literally shoving coal, and the dude's like, and remember, no reading. Like,
that was the person that he got sold to did that, and then the aristocrat picked him up.
What the fuck is he gonna read while he's shoveling coal? Like, does he have books hiding around? Is this like his thing? Like, is he in a library shoveling coal? Like, and remember, no thinking anything interesting. Click.
This episode also dove into the scientific method a little bit, which I thought was cool. You're kind of putting it in plain terms for the rest, for the people that aren't aware of how that works.
Busted out our man Lao Tzu.
Yeah.
Of course, there was like a billion fucking Lao Tzu because the name just means the master or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, he developed one of the first ever scientific methods, which was something like observe.
I'm currently trying to look up this episode. What's funny is when you search for this, you get the third Google response down is answers in Genesis, which is that creationist group.
Wow, so they are fast on it.
They're angry, I'm assuming, about this. Did you see the? Anyway. Yeah. Fun fact: creationists are not enjoying Cosmos, as it turns out. As it turns out.
No, maybe we shouldn't dedicate so much fucking time to them in Cosmos.
What are you talking about?
Well, like they're always talking about equal time or whatever, and it's like half of the episode is dedicated to the creationists because if it wasn't for their ignorance, we would just skim over some of this stuff.
Oh yeah, one of the other issues that a lot of creationists are having is how much Arabic playtime there is in this.
Really?
Islam, because a lot of our math discoveries come from from Arabic culture. So it's like we have to discuss it. Like the Arabic, like it's just in there. It's just intrinsic in what we're the matter that we're talking about.
And I know it doesn't seem very sophisticated by today's standards, but a lot of Arabic culture was actually way ahead of us, even in terms of like feminism. I mean, I know nowadays we look at it and it's archaic and cruel, but back at that time, it's like Europeans were. Basically treating their women like dogs, whereas at least there was some sort of reverence for females in Arabic culture.
This is accurate. I'm pretty sure this is what happens when we take so long to film a review after watching the episode. It just falls out of our head.
We would have been so much more accurate if we had just watched it.
Though to be fair, I fell asleep the first time we watched it.
Is that because Greg's place is so comfy?
It's just so comfortable. It just smells of leather, fine Corinthian leather and pizza.
And oak. Pizza.
And rich guy smell. Yeah, that's what it smells like over at Greg's place. It just puts me right to sleep. It's a good smell. Can't fall asleep without that dollar bill smell.
What's up with the Mickey Mouse Asian girl? Was that like an animator joke thing? Like the turd in the Triplets of Belleville? Like the little girl, which she literally had Mickey Mouse ears and a gap tooth. And little Asian girl in the beginning of when they discovered the light show that you can do.
I may have been actually asleep for this part because I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
Okay.
Right?
Oh, we got Neil deGrasse Tyson to say billions and billions.
He was doing it with like a little wink.
Yeah,
sort of. A little wink. I woke up for this part. I heard Carl Sagan talking to me, and I was like, here he is.
Yeah, oddly, ironically, it's sort of like an homage to a Carl Sagan misquote. It's like if we remade Casablanca and we wrote in the line, "Play it again, Sam." You know?
But Carl Sagan has said billions and billions.
He only said it after the series and after he was misquoted as saying it.
Did he really?
Yeah.
But he does say billions in the original series.
He probably does use the word billions, but
he's talking about the galaxies, and
but like the iconic.
He does say billions in that way, and it's just the way he says billions, you know.
But the iconic billions and billions is actually a misquote that later became famous, and he said it a few times, like just to be quoted as saying it.
I'm gonna rewatch the original series, and I'm gonna get back to you on this.
I think you could just do a Google search and find out.
But
if you want to rewatch the original series,
I could do a Google search right now. But also, I just really want to watch the original series. And then I can force Donnie to watch and be like, "It's research," and he'll be like, "Okay."
Does he have to think it's research to watch it?
Yes. Just let me trick my boyfriend into doing stuff.
Is he gonna ask what the research is for?
It's for this, obvi, duh.
Okay. Not that you need a good reason to watch Carl Sagan's Cosmos.
You don't. Absolutely not.
So when we get to see the sound,
the way they do it.
Don't watch this on shrooms.
It will not end well.
Yeah, you won't know what's real and what you're shrooming out on.
If you're watching it in HD in particular, it's very terrifying.
Holy fuck, yeah. Oh, one thing I found a little strange was Neil deGrasse Tyson's. I don't know how to phrase it. Like almost like he like almost wants to give Newton credit for
He does actually mention
spectroscopy, which is being able to determine elements based on the light that comes in through the spectrum, like based on which parts are missing. It's sort of like the DNA of light.
Right.
And he's like, "Come on, Newton, come on."
He just really wants Newton to get ahead.
Newton should have had it.
Newton is his favorite 40-year-old virgin. Of course he's going to try and get him ahead.
Yeah.
It
just reminded me of like old fanboys of fucking like the Dolphins or something. It's like that Super Bowl should have been whoever the hell the quarterback of the Dolphins was. Who was it?
I have no idea.
I don't know, but it was John Elway instead, bitch.
But he is one of those like oldie fanboys. That is exactly what he is.
Yeah.
That is exactly what Neil deGrasse Tyson is.
Well, if they had cast so-and-so, he would have won the Oscar, you know?
He would have.
It would have been so much better if Newton had discovered spectroscopy instead of a street rat.
He did mention Newton in this episode, though, in a way.
Well, Newton is the guy who figured out how many light sources. He found the 6 sources of light out of our sun's light. Of course, he fudged the numbers so he could get a 7th because Newton was a weird religious freak.
Right.
But he discovered the 6. What are they called? Spectrums of light. We'll say spectrums.
Yeah.
And so that was, the foundation of what later would turn into the technology and science of spectroscopy and all that stuff, so we can see the elements of what the stars are made out of. Though, question, how far does this technology go? Like, could I throw on, in 5 years or whatever, could I throw on a pair of Google glasses and know what everything's made out of?
Have you ever tried Google glasses?
No.
They don't actually do what you want them to do. It's not like you're looking at stuff and just soon.
Right? When did you try Google Glass?
Recently I work for Rolling Robots, and they had an event in Santa Monica, and Google Glass was like a couple of tents down from us, and we paired up, we hung out.
Awesome.
That's what I do.
Don't make it obvious that you should have, that how do you not know I've tried Google Glass, John?
Well, I figured that everyone had. Like, I figured you were
I
just
work in
like
a place where children build plastic robots. Of course I've worn Google Glass. This guy. It's surprising. It's not surprising that it's surprising that you've worn Google Glass. It's surprising that anybody has. I have a friend who works at Disney, and I'm like, shit, you try Google Glass? He's like, yeah, you know, like we hung out with the Pixar guys and we got Google Glass.
All right.
It's not actually what he said. But
that's exactly what he said.
That's how I'm picturing in my mind. Him and John Lasseter sharing Google Glasses. Ross Blotcher is awesome, by the way.
Yeah, just heads up. Ross Blotcher, great person. Ever get the chance?
Check out his podcast.
Meet that guy.
Ross and Carrie.
Oh no, Ross and Carrie.
Oh no, Ross and Carrie.
It's very important to get that oh no in there, I feel.
I like that their website is just ohno.com, so that way if and when one or both of them die or get killed by one of the cults they join, we can just step in. Oh no, John and Caroline. You would be the main tester.
Why am I the tester?
Because you can fit in smaller places, obviously.
I feel like you're just trying to get me murdered.
What? I like the animation on this episode. It was a little more subtle, only because we only had one or two instances of cheesy dialogue.
Right.
No more reading books. I'm an evil old man.
Everybody loves that. Everybody loves that. That part I do remember vividly.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that part immensely. But hey, I'm looking forward to reviewing the next episode, that molecule episode.
I have not seen it
I
yet.
actually paid attention to that one.
Shit.
I have stuff to say about it.
We should get your beau in on that one.
Oh yeah, Donnie actually, since that was his jam in college.
He knows chemistry and shit.
Yeah, he's actually
chemistry.
studied science, unlike us who just pretend we studied science.
That's why we're skeptics.
That we just read the Wikipedia articles and then sort of remember those.
I don't do science. Science does me.
I knew that was coming. I just
No, you didn't know it was coming.
I have this sealed envelope that says, John Rael will say this before the end of this episode. Bad magic joke.
and a reference to a lot of references in that one.
What?
Sealed envelopes.
Oh, sealed envelopes?
Yeah. There's a lot of IIG members, for example, who carry sealed envelopes on them.
Why?
Because if they ever run into somebody claiming paranormal powers, they're like, really? I got a sealed envelope in my pocket. What's on it?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I have the sealed envelope that has nothing in it, though.
Yeah.
That has that prediction in there. No, yeah, it's like that's a very standard like mentalism trick. Like, oh, I've got this sealed envelope. Promise I'm not gonna switch it out with this other. Anyway, magic ruined. Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Cool. More science.
Cool.
Hold on.
Oh.
All the science.
No, I can't. No, you gotta do it differently.
Hold on, let me try it this way.
You hold it this way, it could be really bad, like white power or race power.
Science.
There's no good fist to hold up these days. All the fists have been taken away by bigots or racists or your mom.
How?
Enjoy, subscribe. Caroline will have her own channel, video things very soon.
Have my own channel and video things really soon. And you should also subscribe to Skeptically Pwned.
Check out some links. If you're not, no pressure to donate any money whatsoever.
But pressure.
But a little pressure.
We have a lawsuit coming, guys. We need the money.
But if you don't trust us with money, God knows why you wouldn't.
There's not gonna be a lawsuit for me. So I mean, if you're really only here to support me, don't donate. But if you want to keep this guy from doing whatever, then
Getting sued
so
by
smooth
Fox.
in this direction, so rough in this direction.
It's fairly smooth.
It's really rough in this direction.
Yeah, but if you don't trust me with money, which God knows why you wouldn't, there's an Amazon wish list. If you want to make sure that we have actual equipment that we're actually using.
If you want to make me look prettier, donate.
We got a mask
John. Yeah, we
on
got
the wish list. I'll put a mask on the wish list. Think I won't?
Douche. A douche.
What? They wouldn't mind seeing us in masks. That'd be fun.
This sounds like a completely different channel now.
Come with me if you want to live.
You just blew my fucking mind. Wow.